What predictions for 2021 for yourself? Feeling more optimistic?
Mobile, of any platforms, I think is best suited to adapt and be a first mover back into live events this year, because we're the platform where you can comfortably and confidently have an event outside.
What predictions for 2021 for yourself? Feeling more optimistic, perhaps?
Well, let me preface this by saying I definitely agree with everybody else on this panel here. I mean, 2020 was just such a rough year for so many different reasons. I can say from a mobile perspective, I do think this industry was a bit more shielded perhaps than other platforms were, just because of, like you mentioned, Adam, such a boost that mobile gaming as a category got because everybody was stuck at home, right? So a lot of people across the world turned to gaming as that escape, and they used the devices that they already know and love, which is their mobile phone. Everybody's got one. So I definitely expect to see a continuation of that. I don't think we're going to get back to normal, anytime soon, really, unfortunately, in 2021. But the mobile gaming industry as a whole has really been resilient, which has been excellent for everybody involved. I will say, the one stakeholder perhaps that was hurt the worst, unfortunately, were the mobile sports players, just because they didn't have as many competitive opportunities. But we're starting to see that turn around a little bit more as we head into 2021 as well.
I've got a question you've never been asked before, Mr. Mobile Matt. And is this the year mobile esports finally takes off? I know no one's ever asked that before. Is 2021 the year?
Oh man, we're just jumping right into it. This is the banger question here. I get asked this a lot, as you can imagine. But so let me say, first of all, depending on where you live in the world, you may not even be thinking about that, right? Because mobile gaming is the primary platform in so many regions around the world. Right, it's a primary platform in South America, in Southeast Asia, in China, and India. So Africa even is a mobile-first continent. So it's really just those of us in the North American and European regions that ask this question. And what I can say, and again, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this. Every single region where mobile esports was successful became successful at the very start for different reasons. In China, it was because of social integrations with WeChat. And that's what really, created that boost. It was a lot like, if you recall, Facebook gaming back in the Farmville days, right? Where everybody was connected on the social media platform and were sending each other invites and requests to play and stuff like that. If you look at India, it was because of a really rapid rollout of network coverage across the country. And everybody at that time had a mobile device with them. So that's what led to the gaming boost. And I think, it's impossible to predict how it's going to take over. But what I can say is if you look at the numbers, there's already convincing evidence that mobile gaming is the primary platform of choice for so many people in North America and Europe that I think it's just a matter of time before that transitions to the competitive side as well.
If you want to go to Mobile Matt next, he has some insane stats on mobile with opposite.
Give it to us, Matt.
I'll wait on the stats for a bit. I got a lot of bombs to drop on this, but I want to make a quick point here on the event side. Mobile, of any platforms, I think is best suited to adapt and be a first mover back into live events this year, because we're the platform where you can comfortably and confidently have an event outside. Everybody is able to just mingle as close to others or as far away from others as they want. And you can have these small local get-togethers. So I think of a game like Pokemon Go, where, of course, when that launched back in 2017, that just took over the world, right? Everybody was playing it. I think it was even 2016, and it's still going strong.
I'm still playing it, Matt. I'm still a regular Pokemon goer.
You're not alone. It actually had its best year yet in 2020, which is crazy to me. They did over $1 billion in revenue worldwide. But just think about that for a second. A game that really relies on going outside, on socializing with those around you, had their best year yet. That just really speaks to the resiliency of the mobile gaming publishers and their ability to adapt, put fresh content in the game to engage players. And I think that game especially, but all of mobile really is well suited as soon as we start opening up. Mobile is the one platform that isn't as restricted by hardware, right? You don't need to set up PC stations throughout a venue in order to get people playing together. They're bringing their own device. When I ran an event, even at the Hollywood Theater, we designed the concession stand into the event format itself. It was like a scavenger hunt where people were able to walk around, look at the menu, look at the, specialized bar drinks that we created that were like game specific, puns and stuff like that. And because of that, we were able to drive a lot more concession revenue because people actually made that part of their like experience. So I think mobile's really well positioned to start opening back up to events.
Are there titles in particular that you think coming in through in 2021 that are the ones that are in the upper echelon of esports mobile titles that you think are really going to go the way, the biggest ones that are coming our way that are going to really lead the charge in that respect?
Without a doubt. I mean, we already have major mobile esports titles that are supplanting themselves as, upper tier esports scenes. Even just this month, PUBG Mobile had 3.8 million peak concurrent viewers on their global championship broadcast, which is insane. A few days after that, Mobile Legends, which is a MOBA particularly popular in Southeast Asia, ended up getting 3.1 million peak concurrent viewers. So first hot take here, I think when Adam Fitch writes an article at the end of this year of events with the highest peak concurrent viewers, the majority of those are going to be mobile, and it won't even be close. One of the things that publishers are doing, just for context on this, is they're actually embedding the stream itself into the game. And so that even accounted for 2.8 of the 3.8 million views that PUBG Mobile got. So we're going to see a huge uptick in viewership in mobile esports this year. As far as other games, particularly ones relevant for North America and Europe, obviously all eyes right now seem to be on Wild Rift, still in their process of rolling out globally. It's not available in the Americas, but the team behind that game, Riot, has huge plans from an esports perspective. And I know also actually Call of Duty Mobile has amazing plans in place for their esports scene. I kind of know what it is. I probably shouldn't say here, but it's going to be amazing. We're seeing these crossovers,
world exclusive
possible games on PC and console and the mobile scene. So definitely want to see that cross pollination between scenes and player bases. Beyond that, okay, this is my last one, but this may surprise you. I think Diablo Immortal is going to be a smash hit. That was one that was so controversial when it was announced at BlizzCon a while back, and everybody, in the PC scene seemed to kind of, it invigorated their PC master race type of mindset of like, oh, what are these mobile games? It's a beautiful game. It launched in beta. We have a lot of content creators that are eager for that and pushing it from a content perspective. I think it's going to be a major driver in destigmatizing the mobile platform. One of my key learnings after 2020, with that being the first year, really, at least at this scale, that the mobile platform and PC and console have converged, right? With the games like Call of Duty Mobile, with now Wild Rift. I'm seeing one of two things. First of all, there seems to be this sentiment that mobile is a great entry into esports, but then at some point, the mobile players will graduate and then become console players or PC players of the main franchise. There's no evidence to support this at the moment, and I think that what people will learn, likely too late, is that mobile is the platform of choice for this next generation. It goes all the way back to when they're kids and they're given a tablet to watch videos and distract themselves playing games. It doesn't take them long before they're more savvy at the device than their parents are, right? And then you go to school age, and then kids are playing mobile games on the bus on the way to school. They're playing during the breaks at school and when they get home. So it is a global phenomenon that I don't think the other platforms really fully recognize. And the second thing is that the esports industry stakeholders seem to be really overconfident in their existing brands. But the reality is that this is the first experience a lot of these players have to esports. And they don't really care if you're repping the FaZe Clan brand or the 100 Thieves brand. They care about what you're doing in the mobile title specifically. And I think people are overconfident right now.